Hi, today I will compare my game dev skills at the beginning and after finishing my first somewhat bigger game dev project. So in case you are considering starting something similar, there might be some bits and pieces you will find interesting. The year 2021 was the year I fell in love with Pixelart. Almost every evening I used to listen to my favorite tunes while sketching simple pieces with a small resolution. Even though I started practically from zero, it didn't take too long, maybe a few months to go from this into this. I want to also give a shout out to the book called Make Your Own Pixel Art, which was very helpful while taking the first steps. One more thing I learned along the way, which people seem to like, is the isometric pixel art style. It is somewhat trickier than the ordinary pixel art, but if you are interested, I recommend to check out the devlog number 6 of this devlog series for tips how to get started. As a rookie game dev, I simply couldn't resist the hypnotizing stare of the cute little robot, and so instead of me choosing Godot game engine, the Godot chose me. Anyway, in the beginning my Godot scenes and GD script code were literally all over the place. I used to make all kinds of beginner mistakes like trying to pack the whole game into one gigantic scene, and so on and so on. But then, after many mistakes, I slowly started to figure out some of the Godot's core concepts, like the inheritance and the signals. Also, some programming patterns and Godot features turned out to be an absolute lifesaver. So, shout out to the state machine tutorial from gamedev and the auto-tiling option in Tilemap 2D. Well, one thing which certainly helped me to explore Godot more deeply was that I really didn't have any big plans at any point. For example, one day I just decided to create this cave level with a dynamic lighting, and that's how I managed to learn much more than I originally intended. Of course, like every enthusiastic game dev, I had to give a devlog series a chance. Before this, the only thing I knew about content creation was some shallow Reddit rumors on how the YouTube algorithm works. Well, like probably 99% of all the beginners, I churned 5 videos and saw practically no growth at all. At the time I was delighted just about every single view I would get. But then, shortly before the 6th devlog, I discovered Jonas Tirole's video on how to go about YouTube as a game developer. The core message I picked up from the video was this: you need to deliver value for the viewer. And so instead of churning out fast yet another random devlog, I decided to take some time with this one. What was different this time was that I wrote a detailed script, I collected raw footage, I prepared some fancy animations, and I learned how to use the video editing software properly. And it actually paid off. Since the 6th devlog was posted, it has amassed today about 80% of all the views of the channel. I guess all of you who are watching this video can remember how it was back in 2021 during the lockdowns. I mean, I guess we all kind of sought for human connection, and for me in game dev that human connection was live streaming on Twitch. When looking at the stats, the beginning was quite silent. The first few months it was just me and randomly some viewers and chatters. But then after a while, I started to see some viewers coming back, and I think it was because I started to be active in other game dev channels. What is also recognizable here is that there were periods of low and high activity. For example, in the spring 22 and 23, there were much more going on than, say, fall 22. And of course, there were some memorable moments as well. One of them is this one from April 22, when I was slightly bored while trying to resolve a nasty bug. Then all of a sudden I hear the jingle from my stream events and the chat goes absolutely bonkers. So I go to my stream manager page to see what's going on, to learn that a bigger streamer has raided me and brought over 300 viewers to my channel. And just like that, the boredom vanished for that night, and I can clearly remember repeating myself after the stream, wow, just wow. One more thing which I want to mention is that my regular live streaming hours kind of pushed me to do more game development. So Twitch was in that sense a replacement for the Pomodoro method. Alright, it's it's March 24th, 2024. The game is already published on itch.io, and the question is, what's next? And the answer is, I don't really know, at least for the next 2.5 years. What I know is, I want to continue developing games. If I find something cool, I will probably post a video about it, and I want to stream development randomly whenever I have time and energy for it. Okay, that was my story of being hobbyist game dev for 2.5 years. So now let's go and make some games, shall we? Okay, cheers and bye bye.